Hello everyone, how you all doing? Hope you're having a great day so far. Welcome to another video. This is the Demoscene report for the 7th of August 2024. As usual, I summarize everything that I could find throughout the week related to the active Demoscene culture, and I summarize everything here on this video. All the links are on the description below if you want to check things more carefully, and hopefully it's a good resource for you to keep up to date with the active Demoscene and share with a friend who might be also interested in the Demoscene, learning more about it, getting more into the feel of what's been happening lately. Summer is always a very packed month for the Demoscene. A lot of demo parties happening every single weekend. There were two very big ones that happened recently, and that's one of the things that I'm going to start with today. Talking about Euskal, one of the biggest LAN parties that exists out there. They have a very strong digital art section there, still doing some competitions regarding different things of digital art, music, drawing, 3D modeling, that kind of stuff, photos, with some fast competitions, some normal competitions, and also some Demoscene real-time competitions as well, which has been lowering in quality throughout the last, I don't know, 6 years or 10 years, but there's always a few groups active there participating. The releases have just been uploaded. I'm starting to go through them. I haven't checked all of the categories yet, but I will go through a few of them with you to show you the highlights of the things that I could find. Starting off with the 3D animation competition, very short videos, just 3D rendered material. Lilo Chan getting 8th place here, 7th place for Licky Loco for this assemblage video of a graphics card, pretty much a graphics card trailer. Euskal Arcade by Dominguez, funny little video also about Euskal culture. Where Talent and Cooking Unite by Kazulete, another little video about the Euskal culture, making some references to previous Euskal things. Time Goes By Timinobu, with featuring a small film about a clock and some interesting things that happen around it. Then Nebula Nemesis by Salazan, reusing some open elements to make this sort of narrative. Paradise by Adam Kersley, very moody cinematic piece, very short film as well. And the winner was Hoi Toka Boss by Bizarre Gori, with this very interesting cell shading technique about a little character fighting that big boss there. Very short animation video. Congratulations, Bizarre Gori, for winning this competition. We also had the Statics 3D graphics competition, where you would submit a model, wireframe capture, rendering, and post-production rendering of it, and also deliver the 3D model itself. So very cool to see talent on 3D modeling. And there's always a big people complaining there are not enough 3D modelers on the Demoscene. There are 12 people doing 3D modeling at Euskal. Reach out to them, send them an email, collaborate with them to get 3D assets for your demos. In 12th place, Milotic by Slinahi. And then in 11th place, Demon Hunter by Polab Art, remaking the Earthstone character. Unfinished, unfortunately. Hades by Hearty Flicks, done in Blender. Desayuno by Aketsa, also getting 9th place. Cylon Soldier by Team Monobu, making reference to the old Battlestar Galactica. Totem by Napacool, with some very cool post-processing on that one as well. Graphicos 3D by Bizarre Gori, using the character from his animation movie. Oixine doing a cover of this character, also done, I think it's Blender or Maya, one of them, and with some post-processing drawings as well. Las Guerras de Marte by Destructbox, with some sci-fi referenced imagery there. Mini by Akita Inu, I really like this one, really good concept idea, and the rendering as well in it, so really cool model here. Licky Loco getting 2nd place with this car. Looks like a Batmobile. And the winner was Mibelge with this futuristic, clean looking, I guess it's like a machine of some sort. Warp core machine, like something that powers up Iron Man or something like that. I'm not sure what it is, but it looks very robotic, futuristic. very clean rendering, so good work, Mi Belge, on winning the 3D graphics competition at Euskal. A few compos I haven't checked the releases yet. I haven't added the screenshots to Demoscene yet, so I'm gonna leave them for next week and talk about the stuff that do have screenshots here. Starting with the digital illustration, Indomito by Adolfo WB, which was actually pretty good. I was curious why this got last place. I would expect it to place higher. I like this image quite a lot. Piroshito Rabioso by Xfire Paul. Then a remake of Anxiety by Peyo 2011. Flop Soup by Ili, a little cartoony, cute little drawing. Lokiada with an unfinished Link reference there. Chica Sombra by Cell, getting 20th place. Some anime reference things, some Japanese references as well. Hades 2 by Uri38. Ilustración Digital by Enetol. Game Saw by the Eyes of a Dragon, I'll Be Watching by Mafi16. Brecha al Inferno by Chica del Gorrito Amarillo. Bug by User, also very interesting concept art. Time by Ryu with focus on time. Godwin by Quattro, so very nice concept piece. Very cute Siesta by Akita Inu with this very cute dragon here. Really like this one as well. Maya by Jai Nero. Gato Calajero by Yun. Descanso by Krisaram. Arachne by Yun with some spider references there. Some gothic looking stuff. Chiquita by Meiki. El Algún Lugar de Euskal Area by Corcotan, very nice background drawing there as well, like of the whole rural cityscape. Jeremias by Napa Cool, very good lighting there on the dark side as well, very cool one. This would probably be the winner for me, I think. Arpia by Yus with a nice comic look there, and Tiempo by Kuti winning the competition. So yeah, a lot of high quality submissions for the competition at Euskal there. Digital music was won by Fireboy with Persiana. Then we had a fast 2D graphics competition, which was graphics you had to make at the party place with a given theme. The theme, I think, was about artificial intelligence, something about artificial intelligence. A few fuckings to artificial intelligence right there on the last place. And then a few more people got slightly a bit more creative with it. Go by Megi, Ya Mecanica by Marcos DX, Fast 2D by Akita as well, and the winner was Kuti with his little sketch drawing of a robot doing some soldering. Fast 3D competition, similar concept. They give you a theme, you have some time to do a 3D render of the thing. Aero Generator by Timonobu, apparently the theme was aero generators. And you have quite a few different ones. Cool stuff. Pizarroge getting third place for the Struct box. I think someone uploaded the wrong screenshot here with only the wireframe. Beck RGB by Icevan getting second place, and the winner was Aero Generator by Akita with a very nice perspective there. Fast GIF competition, you had to do an animated GIF with about a theme. Only a single entry was won by JPO41. Fast Music was won by Jabas, and I'm gonna skip the rest because I haven't checked them yet. Then we reach the Demoscene competitions with the Open Demo competition, the third place for Demo 8 by Felisuku, very simple Linux demo, only 2-3 effects on it. And second place, Mr. Proper Copper by Goblins, very basic Amiga OCS demo as well, only 3-4 effects in it as well. But nice to see some Amiga representation at Euskal. Then the winner demo was Zero the Demo by Pantufla Software, a demo talking about the climate change and the problems with associated with that. So a more conceptual, philosophical warning demo of a sort. So congratulations Pantufla Software to winning with an Android demo. Then we had the open intro competition at Euskal, only 4 entries open to any platform as long as it was limited in size. 4th place got an Amstrad CPC demo, just a scroller demo with talking about the story of Demoscenes, which is an ancient Greek philosopher, as we all know, and talking about the before and after of what happened in the Demoscene. A very funny little scroller there, but not much happening on screen, just single image with a scroller. In 3rd place, Sfare et Sonos by Purple Studio, very basic JavaScript demo there. Was good looking and also had sound, but it felt a bit basic overall. But yeah, for 4K it was pretty solid. El Ojete de Alpedrete by Goblins for a 4K Windows intro. And the winner was Fantastic Dream by Pantuflas Software for Android again, 64K in this case. And this is all that I wanted to cover about Euskal this week. There are quite a few other competitions left to go through, but I want to be able to see everything properly and add the screenshots to Demozoo so it's a bit better presented. I'll leave it for next week. There are quite a few things released on the Commodore 64 as well this week, starting with the music competition organized by Multi-Style Labs. It was won by Jammer with 16 noises. Also a few submissions by Mibri, who always does very cool Commodore 64 music, so check that out as well if you like SID music. Then we have a few intros for Commodore 64, 5 Screams Are Not Enough by Kuto Force, the Tiny Intro 2024 by Excess, and another Excess intro called a Legend Tribute Intro, making a tribute to a legend, curiously enough. Then we had the annual JavaScript golfing competition, focusing on 1024 bytes. Not that many entries this year, only 17 overall, but there were some decent results. They divided into pure JavaScript, where you have a shim of HTML that the JavaScript is included in, and the JavaScript itself must be 1024 bytes, and the HTML version, where you have to include your code inside the HTML, use the packing secret technique that it automatically comes with, and that's the size that counts. So slightly different categories, but the end result is pretty much the same. I'll show you the 2 winners. First one is the old game of water and sand. You click the mouse, you add some stuff, and it interacts automatically. So nothing overwhelmingly exciting, but nice. And the other one was Splash Dash by Hope 41, which is an interactive little game where you go around and collect some things. And the cool thing is that all the source is available, so if you're interested in seeing the source code of these programs, they are available there and you can study it. In other things that were released this week, also in size coding, Moth Hunter by Pix, 512-byte game for the MS-DOS was released. And then we had a couple of videos released as well by FairLight TV, doing another coverage with the Trident demo that won the X demo party. So another talk with Trident of FairLight, talking about what's behind the FairLight demo that won the competition. Very good inside conversation, almost 2 hours worth of stuff, but I think it's pretty worth checking out if you like Commodore 64 Demoscene. Then we reach the Boozedrome Hills with the Boozedrome. The 7th edition was released this year. As usual, they had a competition on the Boozedrome Hills, which was relocated to a tunnel, and they played music of hardcore selection. For the Amiga, 4 channels only, and you got a tape at the end of things. There are versions of the tapes for the winners, and you can also buy them, buy a limited edition, which is already sold out, as you see here. So now you're left with only the digital versions available. If you like hardcore, gabber kind of sounds, this is the go-to thing that you should check out. And while Boozedrome was taking place at Boozedrome, Assembly was holding the Assembly Summer version of their event. A huge LAN party in Finland, have been running for many, many years, even longer than Euskal. Also has a small Demoscene section there, slightly bigger than Euskal's, comparing both events, and a very strong presence of the Demoscene compared to other events as well. Other LAN LAN party events of a similar sort. I haven't had a chance to see all of the productions yet. They're still coming in, although they're already available for download, and you can also check them on the Assembly's YouTube page or on the Twitch. They had saved the VOD. Also the Compo studio about the productions, which was also quite interesting. So check those out if you want to see the full productions. I'm gonna cover just a few of the competitions that I actually followed, and we'll leave the rest for next week. Starting off with the most controversial competition, which is the AI Wild competition. Competition open to anything regarding artificial intelligence for people to throw their artificial intelligence efforts at it. We have quite a few graphics entries and some music entries as well. Some interesting stuff overall. I do like the power of AI, but it's still a very hot topic for debate inside the demo scene, but you can create some very interesting things out of it. I'm more interested in ways that AI can give you results that are outside of the box, and I think this image is a good response to that, like a good example of that. Like usually when you think about Retro Future U and put a bonsai in it, so some small things like that can come out of random luck with AI that can make for some interesting graphical designs. Install Wizard is working on updates by Byaku, also very nice style there of drawing being applied to the image there. Very cool realistic image with some octopi. Daughter of the Depths by Ivan Tower, nice image. Sika for President, making reference to the Sika meme that happens on Assembly. Amiga by Deepe getting a shared first place with some very obvious AI bugs there, like in the posters here up top on the Amiga ball itself. So looks very AI overall. I would not like this being used on things. And it got co-exacto with Assembly Summer, so an aquatic version of Assembly with everybody coding under the sea. So funny, silly, some people hate it, some people find it interesting, so it is what it is. Moving on to other things that I paid particular attention to, the fantasy console competition. Last year, I made a point of participating and making a very killer demo for it. I was surprised with a very high quality competition overall, and this year it was very similar as well. A lot of high quality releases for the fantasy console competition at Assembly, which proves that fantasy consoles are here to stay as a platform. Ocean Thing by Wicked Taco, a quickly made production here. Also done entirely coded at the party place for the TIC 80. Welcome Wagon by Quadtrip, exploring the Picotron system that's been developed by the same creator of Pico 8, but is a bit more all-encompassing. Very interesting demo for that platform as well. Then we have Space Exploration by Selva Simo, a nice little concept with a rocket ship there. The Angel by Miyagaliki, doing a nice, interesting aesthetic conflict between the wireframe futuristic things and the concept of the Angel. So I like that aesthetic approach in that regard, but the effects itself were pretty standard for the demo scene, like the wireframe sort of basic shapes. Astroplane Mechanism by Level 001 had some interesting effects as well. And then the two more interesting ones from the competition, in my opinion. Mid-Orc by Raw Argon, which Raw Argon is starting to become a meme on Assembly, following the curse of a lot of Assembly participants of always getting second place. This is like the third or the fourth Raw Argon entry that's very high quality that gets second place at Assembly. And I did like this demo a lot, made specifically for the Pico 8, which is more restricted than the TIC 80 if you don't have a frame of reference, but still very much used. The Pico 8 is one of the most famous fantasy consoles out there. So congratulations Raw Argon for another killer demo, and the winner was Birdstorm by Tios for the TIC 80, which was a bit of a joke on Darude's Sandstorm, but with birds. The riff was very similar but not quite the same, so So it didn't trigger any copyright violations, but it was definitely inspired by it. Even the name felt very inspired by it. So congratulations, Theos, on winning that one. I think Raw Argon should have won the competition, but it was a cute demo nonetheless. And technically, it was also pretty good, making use of 3D things and stuff like that. So yeah, cool fantasy console competition. I enjoyed seeing that one. Let's take a look at Fast Graphics while we're here. So Fast Graphics, as the name implies, they give you a theme and you have to draw an image on that using something like 24 hours to draw the image. I think the theme for this Fast Graphics competition was that something went wrong, like fire at the opening ceremony. Yeah, expect that. Oops, Wrong Rally by Kisu. Could have gone better by alias Anonymi. Opening ceremony with everything being destroyed. Welcome to assembly. Oopsie Down by Malomaz, with the screen being upside down. Are we live yet? By Paparazzi of Tat. Blue Screen of Death by Copper. Crazy Opening by Tuya Firelung. Just a tiny little mistake by Sir Random, with everything exploding. Broken by Fellor. Someone forgot to tighten that screw. And Tada by Valtteri, winning that one with a very nice drawn piece there. Very nice style. Then we had the Fast Music competition, similar concept. They give you a topic and you have to make a music about it within a few moments. Mulperi won that one with Mustatuli Mimi. Freestyle Graphics competition, where you don't have the restriction of a theme. You can do whatever you want. A lot of high quality images always show up at assembly every year. A Song of the Past by Nale Caramelli, making reference to Spiritfarer, a nice little drawn reference of that game. Temple of Pavo by Sir Random, getting 10th place. EP Forest by Kisu of Void. Assi Idiot by Neoteta of Furry Trash Group. Chili Processing Plant by Tug. My Kind of Drink by Marvel of Future Crew, a legend in the demo scene, was active back in the early 90s, and now active again doing some rendered images. Pretty solid little image there. Exoskeletor Predator by Malomaz, very nice attention to detail here. The Motherbird by Neon or Half-Bit Cheese with some 3D rendered stuff. Metal and Muck by Particle, a lot of attention to detail as well, really cool image. Disconnected by Sulevi, a Commodore 64 graphics entry, getting 2nd place. And then the winner was Shoot 'em Up by Darky. Darky been winning the assembly graphics competition for quite a few years now. I think 3, 4, 5, something like that. He also won a revision a couple of times, I believe now. So congratulations, Darky. It's definitely one of the most prolific, high quality graphicians on the demo scene right now. Other things that I wanted to show you would be the Oldskool Demo competition, which also had a few interesting things being presented there. An invitation for the Zoo demo party dedicated to the Commodore 64, made by Gorba Soft for Commodore 64. Very funny theme there with the murdering gorilla stalking you. And then we had a demo for the Nintendo 64, which is not a very common platform for making demos. Fugitive by Ivory Labs, with this car chasing thing. Matka by Koma, really cool to see Koma doing some Commodore 64 stuff again. Really cool intro as well, nice concept there. Some years ago by Arc for the Mac OS, and this was for the Performa 5200, which is not a very common Mac, was considered one of the crappiest Macs actually that was released back then. And there was some sort of challenge, I would guess, because there were 2 demos for this particular competition released at assembly this year. So one of the older Macs, I think it was released in 96, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, power PC sort of machine, 75 Hz, I believe, so, or 75 megahertz. So yeah, very interesting platform. Cool to see some releases for it after all these years. Then we had a little intro by Diormas called Cracked, with making reference to a lot of Commodore 64 seminal crack intros by FairLight, by Trident, by a bunch of different little groups. So a bit of an homage to them, getting them third place. The other demo made for the Mac 5200 Performat 5200 was called 1996 Anomaly by Inversion, telling the story of this Mac in particular even a little bit better. So interesting to see and cool to see what you can do with the platform. I don't have one, so I'll never be able to play it, but really cool to see this in the old school competition at Assembly. And the winner was Transcend the Game by PWP with a massive demo for Commodore 64. PWP is known for making very activist sort of demos, like with some political agenda behind them or political concept driving the demo, which I find very refreshing in the demo scene. I think it has a lot more longevity than cubes rotating and stuff like that. It has an actual message behind it, and I think that's very important, interesting, and I always love seeing new PWP stuff. They usually release demos for the VIC-20. This one was released for the Commodore 64, but still very in line with their concept aesthetical vein. So well done, Visnut. Well done, PWP. Congratulations on winning the Oldskool Demo at Assembly Summer 2024. More competitions that are already ready to see at Demo Zoo. We have the photo competition where you can just submit your photos. We have some cars. We have some landscapes. We have some robotic arms. We have some stones, some containers. We have some containers, some shipping containers. We have some not fireflies, the thing that flies with 4 wings, which I don't remember the name right now. Fever Dream by Bergamot, Pikumala by Mulperi, very nice landscape there. Lucid Dreams by Fox Megan, very good lighting. Lonely Tree of Blavatnet by Tetis, concept photo. Sonic Waterworld by Green Debugger, putting Sonic in water. Good timing on the shot. I wonder how many takes it took to get that. Beam Me Up Hissy by Malomas with a nice snake there. A snake going through some fiberglass, I would guess. Bubbly Iridescence by AK, very nice lighting as well, and the winner was Sunset Racers by Fragment of Heldelmay. It looks more like a racing, like a race car, but made out of Legos, I would guess. Ah, cool. So yeah, congratulations for the winner of the photo competitions, Fragment, and we have a few more things that I wanted to show. The Real Wild competition, where you can throw any platform that can do some sort of demo in. So you usually have some very alternative experimental platforms, custom hardware. This one in particular was reusing an announcement sign from the Helsinki subway that they archived or they kept at the Hack Lab .fe once they were decommissioned, so they use it as a platform for making several different entries throughout the years for assembly and other uses. So many uses you can give an announcement board for the subway metro. So yeah, this was an invitation for the alt party that is coming up later in the year. Then we had a nice little love demo of sorts, made with Visual Basic for PowerPoint, made by Todd. I liked it. I liked the concept, the subversive concept of it. I think it was pretty well made, funny, interesting as a platform itself as well, so really cool demo. Then we had Attempt 10 by Commodore, and they decided to use QuickTime Media Fusion to make a demo for Symbian phones. Because why not? Apparently Media Fusion exports Java of some sort, and they try to make it work on Symbian phones, and they were successful because they could. So interesting. I wouldn't recommend anyone doing this, but interesting demo. And Another demo made specifically for presentation software, iPhone Keynote mega demo by Crisp, doing things entirely on Keynote. You can animate some stuff on Keynote, doing like some charts effects and things like that. So he did a couple of effects using that. Then we had Escalatico by Masa Oshideoko, which uses the big screen on top of the hall that is used for like hockey rings and stuff like that to show information all around. So they made the demo specifically targeting that wraps around, and I got a second place out of that. Features some memes from assembly itself, so I guess that is why it got higher placed than the rest. Otherwise, the demo is pretty basic in terms of technology involved. The winner was a Nintendo Wii demo, Numbers by Marmot. I like the mood feeling of it. The soundtrack was very interesting, had this glitchy vibe, reminded me of a lot of my older work from 2000s as well. Targeting the Wii was very interesting. They had a very cool color aesthetic. I didn't feel like the demo was properly polished, like some transitions felt a bit weird, but overall I like the aesthetic of it all, so I think it was a worthy winner overall. Congratulations, Marmot, for winning the Real Wild competition at Assembly 2024. And the last competition that I wanted to talk about before we wrap things up for Assembly, and I do know there are some categories missing, is the Tracked Music competition, which was won by Ica Paulo of Pyrotech. Tracked Music competition had a lot of entries this year, which is really cool to see, since it's becoming a bit of a... We don't see people doing tracked music that much anymore. People usually go for a modern DAW system instead of using the tracked system. So it's really cool that there are still some parties pushing for tracked music competitions, and that we see a lot of participation like we have here at Assembly. So that's really cool to see. And a lot of known names in the Demoscene participated as well. So both old school and newcomers alike. So that's all that I wanted to talk about with Assembly this week. Next week, I'll go over the remaining categories that I couldn't cover this week, because we're already like over half an hour into the video. Quick couple other announcements before we wrap things up. Cables.gl has just been officially open source, and you can use it offline as well. So you can download this demo creating tool or demo authoring tool and use it offline. And you can also contribute pull requests and patches to update the system if you are interested in seeing the source code. Then there was this very funny Commodore Amiga 500 Cracktro demo made as a Cracktro for a virtual reality game made by the company owners themselves. So they wanted to celebrate the release of their game, and they decided to make an Amiga 500 Cracktro about it, because why not? Because they can. So yeah, Cactus, Cowboy, Desert Warfare Cracktro is also released. And last but not least, a few demo parties that are happening soon. Quantum Oscillation party, which is not listed on Demoparty, that's why I'm showing it now, dedicated to noise and experimental art, and you have a whole 1 day to submit your entry for it. I wish I had known about this earlier. I wish they had added it to demoparty.net. Anyways, if you like noise, if you like making art with noise, either on old machines or on new machines, try to submit something for Quantum Oscillation party. And then we have the full list of the other parties that are still coming up. Pagadata coming up next weekend on Sweden, dedicated to Commodore 64 and Amiga. Undefined Summer, small demo party connected to the hackerspace in Russia. I think it's Moscow or St. Petersburg, not sure anymore. Seal Adventure, the big Atari demo party happening in Poland. At the same weekend, we will have Evoke in Cologne, Germany. Then a celebration of the Jumalauta 24 years, Syntax Society summer party for the Amiga, Chaos Constructions happening in St. Petersburg, Xenium and Aqua Party happening in both Poland and Germany. A lot of demo parties still happening this summer, a lot of things to check out, so please make sure you attend a demo party close to you, or submit an entry remotely if you can't, if the party allows for such a submission. Anyways, that's it for me. I'll be back next week to cover the rest of the things from Euskal and Assembly. Hope you have a great week. If you like this video, please remember to like, subscribe, all that jazz. You can also donate something to me through patreon.com/psenough. And if you really, really like the video, please share it with a friend who might be interested in the demo scene. That's it for me. See you next week. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great day.